Hello students, today I am going to teach you an important lesson, Pure Mathematics 4, Unit 2, Algebra and Functions. Partial Fractions, Learning Objective. After completing this chapter, you should be able to convert an expression with linear factors in denominator into partial fractions. Convert an expression with repeated linear factors in the denominator into partial fractions. Convert an improper fractions into partial fraction form. Specification reference: Pearson Edexcel International Advanced Level in Pure Mathematics. Pure Mathematics 4, Unit 2, Algebra and Functions. Decompose rational functions into partial fractions. Denominators not more complicated than repeated linear terms. Partial fractions to include denominators such as ax plus b times cx plus d times ex plus f and ax plus b times cx plus d square. The degree of the numerator may equal or exceed the degree of denominator. Application to integration, differentiation and series expansion. So you are going to learn partial fractions. Partial fractions. A single fraction with two distinct linear factors in the denominator. A single fraction with two distinct linear factors in the denominator can be split into two separate fractions with linear denominators. So this is called splitting into partial fractions. So this denominator x plus 1 times x minus 4. So we can rewritten as sum of two partial fractions. 5 divided by x plus 1 times x minus 4 identical to a divided by x plus 1 plus b divided by x minus 4. A and b are constant, so you need to find. So look at this example. 1 divided by p plus 1 plus 1 divided by p plus 5. So this is algebraic fraction and another algebraic fraction. So we are going to add two algebraic fractions. So what we have to do? So you need to find LCM. So what is LCM? So LCM is p plus 1 times p plus 5. So what you have to do? So you need to add two algebraic fractions. So take the fraction number 1. So you need to multiply both numerator and denominator by p plus 5. So then you can get this common denominator. Take the second algebraic fraction and multiply both numerator and denominator by p plus 1. So then you can get this common denominator. So now you can see the common denominator p plus 1 times p plus 5. P plus 1 times p plus 5. So now we can take into one line. So then simplify numerator. So it's 2p plus 6 divided by p plus 1 times p plus 5. So taking some fractions like this and then split into two other fractions. So that is called partial fractions, the reverse process. So linear factors have the form ax plus b. Example number 1. Split 6x minus 2 divided by x minus 3 times x plus 1 into partial fractions by substitution, equating coefficient. 6x minus 2 divided by x minus 3 times x plus 1 identical to a divided by x minus 3 plus b divided by x plus 1. So this is identical to a divided by x minus 3 plus b divided by x plus 1. So a, b constant you need to find. So what you have to do? So this is algebraic fraction. This is algebraic fraction. So you need to add two algebraic fractions. So then you need to take the common denominator. You need to find LCM and take it to the common denominator. What is common denominator here? X minus 3 times x plus 1. To make a common denominator, so this constant you need to multiply by x plus 1, both numerator and denominator you need to multiply by x plus 1. Here b you need to multiply b divided by x plus 1. This fraction you need to multiply both numerator and denominator by x minus 3. So then you will get this common denominator. So then multiply both sides by x minus 3 times x plus 1. So then you can equate numerator. 6x minus 2 identical to a times x plus 1 plus b times x minus 3. So now what you have to do? So you need to find a and b constant you need to find. So assume if you substitute x equal minus 1, what happens? So minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. So then you can find b. So if you want to find b, so you need to substitute x equal minus 1. So if you want to find a, so you need to substitute x equal 3. So if you substitute x equal 3 here, 3 minus 3, 0. So then you can find a. Right. So first find a. To substitute, to find a, substitute x equal 3. So then take this identity and substitute x equal 3. So 6 multiplied by 3 minus 2 equal. So if you substitute value to this identity, so you need to convert this identity. So you need to change this identity sign into equal sign. Identity sign into equal sign. So then substitute x equal 3 here, here x equal 3. So then simplify. So 6 times 3, 18 minus 2, 16 here, 4a, 3 minus 3, 0 times b, 0. So then you can find the value a, divide both sides by 4, you will get a equal 4. Right. So this method we call it as, so eliminate. So you can eliminate b and find it. Right. So we call it as substitution method. So what we call it as substitution method. So next you can substitute x equal minus 1. So if you substitute x equal minus 1 to this identity, 6 times 6 multiplied by minus 1 minus 2 equal to a times minus 1 plus 1, b times minus 1 minus 3. So here you can see minus 1 plus 1, 0. So then you can find the value for b times minus 4. So then divide both sides by minus 4, you will get b equal 2. So then use this first identity, substitute value a and b. So you will get a equal 4 and b equal 2. So likewise, so this process we call it as split into partial fractions. So next method, so equating coefficient method. So same thing, so we need to take into common denominator and multiply both sides by x minus 3 times x plus 1. So you will get this identity, right? So equating numerator. So what you have to do, you can just expand this bracket, a times x, a multiplied by x plus a. So if you remove this bracket, b multiplied by x minus 3b. So take x term together, like terms, collect like terms. So take x out from the bracket, you will get a plus b. So bx and ax, like terms. Take the constant term, a minus 3b. So now we can compare left hand side and right hand side. You can see this x, the coefficient of x is 6, left hand side. So right hand side, the coefficient of x is a plus b. So you can equate 6 equal a plus b, equation number 1. So you can't find a here, so we need to take another equation. So we can say constant term here, minus 2. Right hand side, what is the constant? A minus 3b. So you can write minus 2 equal a minus 3b, equation number 2. So this is, we call it as simultaneous equation. So what you have to do? Solve this simultaneous equation, you need to find value a and b. So if you subtract two equations, you can find b. Then substitute that b value here, you can find a. So this method we call it as what? So equating coefficient method. Next example. So x plus 4 minus 5x divided by x plus 1, or 1 plus x times 2 minus x as a partial fraction. So we can write constant divide by first factor. So two factors, you can see these two factors, first factor and the second factor. The constant divide by first factor, constant divide by the second factor. So then take into the common denominator. What is common denominator? X plus 1 times 2 minus x. So can have like this. So multiply both sides by x plus 1 times 2 minus x. So then you will get this identity. Set the numerator equal 4 minus 5x identical to a times 2 minus x plus b times 1 plus x. So then we need to find a and b. So if you substitute x equal to, you can find b. So this part equal to 0. If you substitute x equal minus 1, so this part equal to 0, you can find value a. Substitute x equal to, so then here 4 minus 5 multiplied by 2, and here a times 2 minus 2, 0, plus b times 2 plus 1 is 3. So likewise substitute x equal 2 and you can find this equation, divide both sides by 3, you will get b equal minus 2. So then substitute x equal minus 1. So then here 4 minus 5 multiplied by minus 1. Here a times 2 minus minus 1 become plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Here 1 plus minus 1 equal to 0. b multiplied by 0 is 0. So then you will get this equation 9 equal 3a. Divide both sides by 3. You will get what? A equal. So then you can rewrite this substituting values, a equal 3, b equal -2. You can write the fractions like this, partial fractions like this. The method of partial fractions can also be used when there are more than two distinct linear factors in the denominator. So we can have three distinct linear factors here: factor 1, factor 2, factor 3. So what is the general form? Ax plus b times type Ax plus b type factors. So this expression can be split into constant divide by x minus 2, another constant divide by x plus 6, another constant divide by x plus 3. So a, b, c constant you need to find. Right, so next one. So 9 divided by x plus 4 times x minus 1 square. So this is a different form. So x minus 1 square, you can write x minus 1 times x minus 1. So but you can't do like this. You can't apply this technique to this kind of a repeated linear factors. So we are going to learn different technique to solve this kind of questions. So look at this example. 6x squared plus 5x minus 2 quadratic. So to divide by x times x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 is identical to a divided by x plus b divided by x minus 1 plus c divided by 2x plus 1. So a, b, c constants you need to find. So what you have to do? You need to take into common denominator. So what is common denominator? X times x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. So this is the common denominator. Right? So to make this common denominator, this a you need to multiply by, so these two fractions. B, so x minus 1 is there, so you need to multiply by x and 2x plus 1. So here 2x plus 1 is there, so you need to multiply both numerator and denominator by x times x minus 1. So then you will get the common denominator. So then take into one line. So numerator write like this. So you can equate numerator. So left hand side numerator equal to right hand side numerator. So that means multiply both sides by this denominator. So numerators are equal. So you can substitute x equal 1. So you can substitute x equal 1 and find b. So if you substitute x equal minus half, so you can find c. So likewise substitution, you can find the answer. So look at this, same thing. So you are going to substitute x equal 1 here. So if you substitute x equal 1, what is the value here? So x 1 minus 1 0. Here 1 minus 1 0. You can find b. You substitute x equal 1 here. 1 squared is 1. 6 into 1 6. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5 minus 2. Left hand side. So right hand side. Here 1 minus 1 0. 0 multiplied by any value equal to 0. b times 1. Here 1 multiplied by 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. And here 1 minus 1 0 into c is 0. So then you can find b. Divide both sides by 3. b equals 3. So if you substitute x equals 0, so here 0, because of this x, this part also 0, only you can find a. If you substitute x equals 0, you can find value a, constant a. So if you substitute x equal minus half, so this factor equal to 0, so this factor equal to 0, you can easily find value for c. So likewise substitute that a, b, c values to this identity, you can find the partial fractions equal to this given fraction. So seek x equal minus half, can find value c. So then substitute like this: a, b, c. A equal 2, b equal 3, and c equal minus 4. Can finish the question by listing the coefficient. Exercise 2a. So you need to do this exercise. So look at this one. So denominator, first you need to factorize. So what is this? X squared minus 9. So x squared minus 3 squared. So difference of 2 square. X minus 3, x plus 3. So you can need to factorize the denominator first. So in here, look at this. So quadratic expression. So you need to factorize first. So then use this previous technique and split into partial fractions. So then next method, repeated factors. A single fraction with repeated linear factor, x minus 3 times x minus 3. Repeated linear factor in the denominator can be split into 2 or more separate fractions. So can split like this: constant divided by x minus 5 plus another constant divided by x minus 3 and another constant divided by x plus 3 square. So this technique you need to remember. The denominator contains 3 linear factors. First one, x minus 5. Second one, x minus 5. Third one, again x minus. So x minus 5, x plus 3, x plus 3. So you can have 3 linear factors. So example number 3. Show that 11x squared plus 14x plus 5 divided by x plus 1 squared times 2x plus 1. So you can written as constant a divided by x plus 1, constant b divided by x plus 1 squared plus c divided by 2x plus 1. So you need to find a, b, c. Pause the video and try to find the constant a, b, c. Okay, welcome back. So what you have to do here? So first you need to take into common denominator. So what is common denominator here? What is LCM here? So LCM like this. So x plus 1 square times 2x plus 1 is the common denominator. So first fraction, x plus 1 is there. So you need to multiply by x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. So here x plus 1 square. So you need to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2x plus 1. Here, so you need to multiply both numerator and denominator by x plus 1 square. Look at this. So then take into one line. And numerator you can write like this, multiply both sides by this LCM. So then you can equate numerator. Numerators are equal, left hand side numerator equal to right hand side numerator, identical to. So then by substituting values you can find the constant a, b, c. So if you substitute x equal minus 1, so this part equal to 0. So this part equal to 0, you can find b. If you substitute x equal minus half, so this part equal to 0, then you can find the value for c. Right. First substitute x equal minus 1. So then here minus 1, substitute, this part 0. If you substitute minus 1, this part 0, you can find b only. So b times 2 multiplied by minus 1 plus 1 is minus 1. So then you can find the value for b. If you substitute x equal minus half to this equation, this identity, here 0, here 0, you can find c. So if you want to find a, what you can do? So we can equate x squared coefficient. So left hand side x squared coefficient is 11. The right hand side, what is x squared coefficient? So a multiplied by x multiplied by 2x, it will give 2ax squared. You can take as 2a. In here, so if you expand this, you will get x squared plus 2x plus 1. So c x squared, you can take c. So then substitute that c value here, you can find the value for a. So a equal 4. So then you can substitute that values. Finish the question by listing the coefficient. So check your answer is correct or wrong. So past paper question, the same thing. So what you have to do, you need to split into partial fractions. So you can see this repeated linear factor in the denominator. So 2x plus 1 squared. So repeated linear factor, you write a divided by 2x plus 1 plus b divided by 2x plus 1 squared. So this technique you need to use. So then take into common denominator and you can find a, b, c by substituting values. So then you can make left hand side numerator equal to right hand side numerator. So then you can find the value by substituting x equal minus 3, this part equal to 0, this part equal to 0, you can find value c. If you substitute x equal minus half, so this part equal to 0 and this part equal to 0, you can find value b. So if you can equate x squared terms, you can find value a. So we can substitute another value. So then what are the answers? A equal minus 2, b equal 6 and c equal 1. So exercise 2b, so you need to do as a homework. So next theory part, improper fractions. So what is an improper fraction? So an improper fraction is one that is top heavy. So this is top and bottom, or numerator and denominator. You can take it as numerator and denominator. So where the power of the numerator is equal or greater than the power of denominator, so we call it as improper. So what is this? The maximum power of the numerator is x2. X multiplied by x, you will get x2. So then the power of the numerator is equal to power of the denominator, right? Since top and bottom are both quadratic, so if you divide, you will get the constant, and you need to write like this: b constant divided by x plus 1, another constant divided by x minus 1. So this is the general form. So this part you need to remember. So you can see this cubic, denominator quadratic, numerator cubic, denominator quadratic, split into partial fractions. So then what you have to do? So if you divide by using long division, you will get ax plus b type of term as answer. So then you have to write it here: ax plus b plus constant divided by x plus 1 first factor, another constant divided by x minus 1 second factor. So this is the general form. So you need to remember this part. Check this example: 2x divided by x plus 1. So numerator power equal to denominator power, x to the power 1, here also x to the power 1. So then you write constant plus b divided by another constant x plus 1. So take into common denominator, here 1, and then get this as identity. Then substitute x equal minus 1, you can find the value for b, right? So likewise, substituting x equals 0, you can find the value. Okay. So a and b equal 2 and b equal minus 2. Next one, 3x3, x to the power 3 divided by x minus 1 times x minus 2 as a partial fraction. So numerator power 3, denominator quadratic. So then you need to write ax plus b terms, b type of term here, plus constant divided by x first factor, another constant divided by second factor. So then take into common denominator and find a, b, c, d. So cubic over quadratic. So answer must be a linear. If you divide by using long division, you can find that. So what you have to do? So take into the common denominator. So what is common denominator? X minus 1 times x minus 2. And then substitute values. So if you substitute x equal 1, this part 0, so this part 0, you can find the value for c. And c equal minus 3, b equal 9, exercise 3c. So you need to do the same thing here. So summary, so two distinct linear factors, you can split it like this. Three distinct linear factors, so you need to split like this. So one repeated factor in the denominator, repeated linear factor, so then you need to split like this. So thank you for watching.